Press. Welcome to Set Digital Roadshow First Quarter 2022 Performance Review. This section will run about 45 minutes, including Q&A. Company will start the section by 30-minute presentation, followed by 15-minute Q&A. And during Q&A, investor may leave your question in meeting room chat box or use raise your hand function. We will open your microphone so you can ask the question to the company directly. So may I now invite JWD INFOLOGISTICS Public Company Limited to start the presentation, please. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Stock Exchange, and greetings to all the investors and analysts and all the interested parties. It is our honor to join the Set Digital Roadshow again this quarter. So we're going to be presenting about our performance for the first quarter of this year, and maybe I can also update the current situation of the company. If you have any question during the presentation, please feel free to leave the question in the chat box, or we can also discuss more during the Q&A section. Because the time is quite limited, so I will try to focus on the most important parts and maybe in all the details that you would like to inquire for more information. You can contact the company directly, or maybe looking for the press and all the publications that we have made on our website or other media. For the matter of this presentation, we will highlight what happens in the first quarter of this year, which was quite good for us. Actually, we have been having a good momentum in terms of performance improvement since last year. For the whole year, we almost have the new high in terms of revenue and profitability every quarter. And again, for this quarter, first quarter of 2022, we also maintain that kind of momentum such that we have quite significant growth in terms of revenue. Comparing year on year with the first quarter of last year, we have grown our revenue of around 23%, which mainly due to many business that has been receiving a lot of demand during this pandemic situation. For example, the transportation business has been growing quite a lot. It has been growing almost 150% year on year. Mainly due to the acquisition that we have made last year, as well as development of the organic growth of the business. We have been developing many new services for transportation, including the cross-border transportation and some other mode of transportation as well. In terms of other business, the dangerous goods terminals also receiving quite a significant growth year on year of around 13%. Partly due to the growth of the volume of the dangerous goods that pass through Lam Chabang port, as well as the additional revenue that we got from the longer storage time that customer use on our terminal. In the same way, the cold chain or cold storage has been receiving a lot of demand since the past 1 to 2 years. And we've been growing the cold storage capacity continuously. Again, this year we'll be growing more capacity throughout the years, and we expect to continuously also growing the revenue in every quarter. And also in this quarter, we have been growing around 7% from last year. On the other hand, as you may know, there are certain impact from the external factor, excluding the COVID situation, which we already adjust ourselves to that kind of situation and demand. This year, early this year, there was an impact also from the Russian-Ukraine conflict situation, where it has caused both the fuel cost, oil price to increase significantly, as well as some of the raw material, especially the one that used to manufacture the semiconductor shortage. There is a problem that impact into the automotive industry in Thailand, where the volume of the production has been cut down because there is not enough chipset used to produce the car. So in that sense, our automotive logistics business has received certain impact in terms of its volume and revenue during this first quarter, and that the situation will continue in this second quarter as well. But according to what we assess, and also from the additional tasks and project that we have already secured from our customer, we are quite certain that in the second half of this year we will be recovering the automotive logistics business to at least normal level or if not better. So in the overall, we still foresee this year as a good year for JWD Group, and we have already set our target growth of revenue, which I will discuss about this in the later slide. In terms of Q1 2022, we have closed at revenue of 1.4 billion baht. And 75% of that came from the logistics business, while around 21% came from the food business and about 4% from the other business. Next slide, please. Yeah, and from going back to the logistics. Yes, logistics and supply chain services, this contribute around 75%, mainly contributed from the warehouse and yards management, which is around 42%, and followed by the transportation, which has been growing quite a lot. If you can remember the figures that we had from Q4 last year, the contribution from transportation was around 17%. Right now, it has grown to almost 23%, and it will be growing bigger due to our expansion of our services as well as the acquisition and the synergy that we have made with our affiliated subsidiary. And we also have plans in the future to trying to spin off or raising fund for the transportation business unit for itself to grow, as well as doing additional expansion in the future. So we expected the transportation business to be growing quite fast from now. In addition to other projects that we have made for them in the pipeline, for example, as I mentioned earlier, the cross-border transport, and we are also expanding the fleet to support many other model of business, including the B2C, the cold chain express, and some other business as well. For other business in this group of logistics services, including the location, overseas, self-storage, and logistic infrastructure still maintain its a share percentage of contribution. One thing to be noted here is that the overseas business seems to be a little bit low on these slides, but this is only accounted for the only one business in Cambodia where we do the consolidation, because most of our overseas business were affiliated joint venture. That means that the revenue will not recognize into the financial statement. Only the equity income into the bottom line will be shown in the financial statement, and that will be also we report in this presentation in later slides as well. Okay. Apart from logistics itself, the food contribute around 21%. Yeah, and the other business around 4%. Next slide, please. Yeah. One thing that we always mention when people are looking at JWD INFOLOGISTICS is that we are trying to differentiate ourselves from other players in the market. We always stress our strength in diversity is such that we have services across all the logistic value chain. We also capture the customer across all the industry, including B2B, B2C, and C2C. And we also have a customer that is quite diversified in terms of the industrial segment, including consumer goods, dangerous goods and chemical, automotive, cold chain, food, as well as pharmaceutical. So those are the things that make us be able to sustain our growth to many situations that have been happening in the past. Okay, please. Regarding the situation of this year, still the Bank of Thailand has been assessing the economic recovery estimation, and seems like everyone still expected this year to be receiving a better recovery than last year, even though we have some situation regarding the Russian-Ukraine conflict. We are still quite confident in terms of our momentum of growth. If we go into the projection of the revenue of JWD Group, and please move to the next slide. Yeah, another slide in the projection. Yeah, you see that we still expected that in year 2022, we will still be growing at the same momentum as last year, even though the percentage of growth may be not as high. We are estimating or projecting our growth up in terms of top line to be around 15 to 20%, and the bottom line growth should be faster than that. Nevertheless, for the Q2 of this year, we still suffer some slowdown due to the conflict of the Russian-Ukraine, which affect our automotive logistics business unit, as well as the seasonality that has been happening every year, because in Q2 in Thailand there are lots of holidays, as well as the Q2 was actually the first quarter in the fiscal year of our Japanese customers. So it's typically happening that in the Q2 our revenue growth will be a little bit slower, but in the second half of the year we expect the revenue to resume its momentum of growth, and such the way that for the whole year we will grow the revenue at least 15 to 20%. Yeah, please. In terms of the roadmap of JWD Group, we have hosted our podcast and many media release regarding our 5 years business plan. In short here, we expect that by year 2025, we will reach the revenue of 10 billion baht. From what we got from last year, around more than 5 billion. We would like to double our revenue within the next 5 years' time, and also to improve our profitability such that the net profit margin gradually improve from currently around 10 to 11% to around 15% in the next 4 to 5 years. That is to be carried out through 5 business strategy. 3 of them are the existing business and 2 of them from the new S-curve. Namely, the existing business, we will work very much on both the organic and inorganic growth. Next slide, please. Where we, from the existing business strategy, we are trying to expand our sales growth from inorganic through acquisition and merger. We have been doing quite a lot of M&A last year, and this year we'll be continuously looking for opportunity for additional investment. We've been focusing on expanding a lot into the transportation business unit, such that in the future we will grow this and strengthen its growth story, such that we can list it in the stock exchange within the 2 to 3 years time. We also still continue to grow our own organic business, such as the cold chain. We still keep on building additional warehouses that has a high value, and we are expanding the cold chain for at least 3 to 4 more warehouses within this year going into next year. In terms of regional expansion, we're still focusing on giving more services and expansion to customers in many countries. The focus of JWD right now will be to Vietnam, Cambodia, and Indonesia, which we already have base of operation, and also the partnership with the local big player there. In terms of the 2 next strategy is based on the new S-curve, where we are trying to getting into some new segments such as the B2C, where we are penetrating into the e-commerce right now through the 3 main business, namely the self-storage, order fulfillment center, and last mile delivery. All of these tasks has already been carried out since past 2 to 3 years, and it's been growing. We will also recap about the project updates regarding all these 3 business as well in the next section. For the last strategy that we have is trying to getting into some new segment through partnership with some of the good partner who expert in the field. One of the first project that we have already started since last year is what is called Alpha Industrial Solution, where we join hand with Origin Properties, where we are working with them and building the new brand called Alpha, and building the industrial properties, including warehouses, industrial factory, as well as some other related property development to offer as a build-to-suit and multi-tenant warehouses. And in the future, we are trying to look forward to opportunity to set up some kind of IPO or the REIT structure out of the Alpha as well. So those are the strategy that we have to move forward in the next 5 years. Let's discuss a bit about the project that we have been working on during past year, continuing this year and into the future. We will try to talk about the 3 parts. Please go back to the last slide. The first one being the updates regarding our organic growth. Mostly the development of the new warehouses, especially the cold storage as well as the self-storage. We will also discuss about the updates of our investment that we have invested in the past year and how it develops and what we expect from them. And also the last one is the joint venture and the cooperation with our partner in some of the most important projects that we have right now. Okay, next slide, please. The first thing that we're discussing about is the organic growth that we have, especially in terms of B2B and cold storage business. Last year, we have joined hand with one of our customer to jointly invest it in a project of cold storage called Pack-M Cold Storage, which is located in Mahachai location, close by to our main Mahachai complex of cold storage location. But this one is dedicatedly built for our customers, such that our customer has the commitment to fill in the capacity of these particular warehouses, because they need to use the cold storage warehouse and they are currently using our service anyway. So they would like to, for somehow, changing their cost center into the profit center by joining invest with us into this warehouse location. And what we have benefit from this kind of project is that we have reduced our cost of investment for expansion to support additional volume from customers by half. And we also have secured the long-term volume from customers, such that if our customers have filled in these warehouses and still require more spaces for storing their products, they will be committed to use our our additional capacity from our Mahachai complex to store their product as well. So this kind of setup with our partner and customer help us to make sure we can retain the customer for the long term, as well as guarantee the volume from the customer, such that we have faster break-even point, as well as reducing the capex requirement for expansion. This kind of project has been quite successful, and we actually trying to build it, more of this kind of project into the future. Apart from joining hand with our customer, we also building our own warehouses in some new location. We are planning to build in many new strategic locations throughout Thailand. The first one being Saraburi province, which is one of the important locations surrounded by many food manufacturers. And right now, the construction of this Saraburi cold storage has been around 50%, and we expect it to be completed around October this year. Good news is during this construction phase, we already do the pre-sale of the capacity of this location, and we have been reserved the capacity by some of the customers, such that we are quite confident that after we have opened up the operation of this Saraburi location by Q4 this year, we will be able to fill up the capacity very fast. We also expand another project in Mahachai, following the success of Pack-M cold storage model. We are now joining hand with Thai Union, such that we are jointly invest with them into a new cold storage warehouse in Mahachai. And the construction is right now just around 10 to 20%, and we expect this to be complete by first quarter of next year, which again will guarantee us the volume that will come from Thai Union and to retain them for a very long term. It also help reduce us a lot in terms of capex requirement to expand our capacity to serve our customers. Apart from the B2B warehouses, we also expanded into B2C, especially for the self-storage. We are trying to move forward as a leader in this segment. It can be said that for the self-storage itself, JWD has the largest number of service area, as well as the total number of branches throughout Thailand. We currently have 6 branches in Bangkok and in Phuket. And we are opening up the 7th branch in Lat Phrao within this month, actually in June, where the construction has already been completed. We expect to start the service in this 7th location very soon, and we also already secure the land bank for the 8th location, which should be opened up within this year as well. So we are looking forward to expand more in terms of self-storage, which has been receiving more and more demand from customers, and there are a lot of new applications that the customer has been utilizing our self-storage, not just for residential purposes or to store their personal belongings or collections, but also a lot of commercial customer like the SME, the merchant, the online uh, uh, trader also utilize our self-storage to keep their inventory as well as to doing some kind of live selling of their products online as well. So these are the things that we have been trying to expand, and please keep following up for our development in terms of self-storage, which will be developed a lot more in the near future. Apart from the organic growth, we have been also investing quite a lot last year, and continuing this year, we also have some of the potential M&A in the pipeline, which still under consideration. So we cannot say right now whether it's going to be happening this year or how many deals is going to be happening. But definitely, we are trying to look for more opportunity for investment. Apart from that, the investment that we have already done last year has been quite successful. These are the 3 examples of investment that we are looking forward to receive a lot of equity income in 2022. The first one is from Transimex in Vietnam, which has been growing very fast. Last year, that's been growing more than 33% in terms of revenue, and we expect that kind of momentum to come again this year. Last year, our equity income from Vietnam Transimex has been double, and we expect that our equity income to receive within this year will be even higher than last year. So this is one of the investment that has been quite successful for us, and we are working very closely with Transimex right now to help them to develop further the business in Vietnam and transferring some know-how as well as exchanging customer, building some trade route between Thailand and Vietnam to help us grow together as a strong partnership. We also invested in Thailand. Last year, we acquired 15% of share in the port operation called ESCO, which is actually owned by Port Singapore Authority. This has been quite also another good investment that we have received. Actually, we have closed down this transaction just October last year, but since that time, we have been receiving a lot of equity income, more than what we expected before the deal is closing. And ESCO also pay out dividend very regularly, and lately they have just announced the cash dividend payout, which JWD will receive that cash for our additional cash flow in terms of reinvestment into other projects, which is quite good in terms of our investment prospect. We also look into invest more to ESCO, and hopefully, according to our agreement with our partner, we are trying to secure 5 additional percent of ESCO from 15% to 20% within the second half of this year, which will add even more of equity income that we will receive from this port operation. We also invest in the industrial estate in Cambodia called Phnom Penh Special Economic Zone. We sometimes call it short PPSP. Last year, PPSP has sold a big lot of land to Chinese investor, and continuing this year, they will also recognize additional income from those sales. We expect the sales revenue to be recognized in Q3 this year, and hopefully we will still be able to support them to grow the business and introduce more customers such that they can expand the industrial estate throughout 2022 and the next year to come. For the next slide, we have the update regarding our joint venture with partnership. The first one that we show here being the Alpha Industrial Solution, where we have join hand with Origin Property to develop warehouses. The first project, as shown on this page, is Bang Na, kilometer 22, which is the project that's almost complete now. We expect it to be 100% complete by August this year, and that will add to JWD capacity in terms of multi-temperature cold storage, as well as the temperature control warehouses, and cross-docking activity will be done in this location, which we already pre-sale with many customers in that area. The other project that we have, for the Alpha itself, we plan that within this year we should be able to expand the service area to at least 200,000 square meters, and we expect that in the next 5 years we should be able to reach 1 million square meters milestone, and we are looking forward very much into organizing a restructure out of the Alpha Industrial Solution following the success of many other players in the industry. We also penetrating into the B2C segment. We have been joining hands with bigger players in order to provide nationwide last mile delivery, but focusing on the niche market that is the cold chain express delivery. We are working now with Thailand Post and Flash Express in organizing a new joint venture. The new joint venture should be setting up completely within 1 to 2 months time from now. But the Fuse Post brand has already been launched since last year, and we are doing a lot of sales and marketing activities since that time. We expect that after the new entity has been set up completely, we should be able to fill in more people and invest more into the facility and the equipment and doing more marketing activities. So the second half of this year, we expect to focus more on the activities of Fuse, and hopefully it will be able to grow its business and market share in terms of cold chain express quickly according to the projection as shown on these slides. In terms of the e-commerce itself, we are not stopping at just the last mile delivery in the Fuse Post that I just mentioned in last slide. We are also working on the middle part of the e-commerce, which is the order fulfillment center. We have been upgrading our existing warehouse into a semi-automated fulfillment center, and we are working with MyCloud Fulfillment, one of the leading startup fulfillment company. We also actually invested around 20% into this company last year as well. And the growth of MyCloud has been quite significant following the bump up in terms of demand of the e-commerce as accelerated by the pandemic situation. And right now, the warehouses that we provided for MyCloud in Minburi location is almost full, and we expect to expand additional location for them because of the demand that has been rising very fast right now. Okay, so those are basically the update of the project and development that we have made since the first quarter following last year, and into the following parts of this year. We hope to develop much more in terms of those projects, expand their market coverage, and increase their revenue contribution into JWD Group. As for the financial itself, I will not take much time for this part because I think most of you have already seen the numbers. Just to recap, the most important one that you need to see, in Q1 itself, we have closed the revenue of 1.4 billion and the net core profit of 125.7 million baht of profit. Let's take a look at the each of the important business units, starting from the general warehouses, where we have actually received a lot of demand from customer. This is partly the benefit that JWD received by having the strategic location in the Lam Chabang port, as well as the pandemic situation, container shortage, and all those things. As you may see, the occupancy rate of our general warehouse has been increasing to almost 100%. Actually, the latest discussion I had with the team in Lam Chabang, actually right now we have go beyond 100% of capacity already, where we have to actually store some of the inventory on the floor, and we are looking for adding some more capacity into our Lam Chabang warehouses, including outsourcing into external location. And that was actually one of the reasons why last year the GP of Lam Chabang port general warehouse seems to drop a bit. That is because we need to serve additional demand from customer, and we do not have enough space, such that we need to rent additional external space to serve them. We have solved some of those problems right now and finding some better location and trying to reorganize the inventory arrangement in our own warehouse such that we can improve the GP back to almost 20% in Q1, and we hope to maintain and improve further the gross profit margin from this point onward. For the dangerous good terminal has been receiving a lot of demand, and it has always been growing in every quarter. And again, in this Q1, comparing to last year, especially Q1 last year, it's been growing quite a lot, and we still maintain quite high, healthy level of the gross profit margin. On the other hand, the automotive business has been suffering because of the shortage of the semiconductor, as I mentioned earlier. And we see that the occupancy and the revenue seems to slow down in Q1, and we expect that that situation will follow, still maintain in Q2. But by second half this year, we expect to resume our revenue level and profitability comparing at least to last year, if not getting better. So this is a situation that happened from the external factor, but we are trying to mitigate those problems by proposing some additional value added to existing customer as well as new customers, which has been quite successful. So please look forward to the development of this business unit in the second half of this year. Let's talk a bit about the cold chain. The cold chain has been growing very fast and very healthily throughout the past 3-4 years at least. And again, this year it is growing. Seems like in the first quarter there is a little bit slowdown in terms of the occupancy, as well as the gross profit seem to reduce a little bit. The main reason was that during the first quarter this year there was the worries regarding the Russian-Ukraine situation, which caused the fuel price to rise and also the freight cost to increase. And some of our customers trying to maintain their raw material cost price, so that they're trying to withdraw the existing inventory into their production and reducing the importing of the new product. But that situation was temporary. Around March, continuing early April this year, the situation has resumed and the customer has refilled the inventory back into the cold storage already. So we expect that throughout this year, we still look forward to the healthy growth of the revenue and profitability of the cold chain, especially following the opening up of the new warehouse, that is the Pack M cold storage that I mentioned earlier. In April this year, we expect that in Q2, Q3, and Q4, we will increase the revenue from the additional capacity that we have. Okay, let's talk about the transportation a little bit. Transportation has been growing quite fast. Last year, actually, it has grown almost double. And this year again, if we look at Q1, it's been growing quite healthily, both from the acquisition itself and some additional job that we made and the synergy we have with our affiliate and newly acquired entities. We also expanding quite new, a lot of new services profile, especially focusing on the cross-border transportation, where we are trying to secure now the trading route between China, Laos, and Thailand. And the pilot project has already been done since early this year. We already secure the trade lane, and hopefully by second half of this year, we should be able to do the regular transportation service in the trade lane and increase the revenue even further for the transportation business unit. Okay, please, I think we should move forward to the equity income. So before going to the bottom line itself, let's take a look a little bit on the equity income, which most of our overseas investment and activities came to JWD Group in the bottom line because we mostly do joint venture and affiliate investment, because when we move into the emerging markets, we are trying to secure our position there, make sure we have good partnership and a strong foothold. That's why most of our investment should be recognized to the equity income, and that is shown on this page. The orange line represent the equity income came from Vietnam, and you see that from the time we invest in Transimex until today, the equity income has been jumping up very fast, especially from year 2020 to 21. The equity income was more than double, and we expect again this year that equity income throughout year 2022 will be significantly also higher than what we got from year 21. We also get the equity income from ESCO investment in Thailand, as shown in the light blue line. That has been growing quite healthily because we starting from our investment in October last year. We will receive the equity income continuously and healthily, and they has been actually sending us more equity income than we expected. So throughout the year, this will contribute to additional bottom line that we will have that we only start recognize from October last year. So this year bottom line growth will be quite impressive in terms of the equity income from ESCO. On the other hand, the Cambodia business, especially the industrial estate, the Phnom Penh Special Economic Zone, they have been suffering a lot from the COVID situation. The investor cannot come to Cambodia to buy the land. Only in the last quarter of last year that they have started to sell the land and recognize some sales. And we expect that within this 2022, they will be able to also recognize additional sales, and most likely it will come in the third quarter of this year. The Indonesian investment still not performing well. We still need to work more on that, but there are potentials in terms of this market that we're looking forward to. Okay, let's go forward to the net profit. In summary, we have closed down the net profit of 125.7 million baht in terms of core profit. Comparing to first quarter last year, it seems to be decreasing. But actually, if you look more carefully into the Q1 21, we'll see that there are actually the contribution from a one-time item of around 44 million. So the net core profit we achieved in Q1 last year was actually around 97 million baht. Whereas within this year, Q1, we achieved the core profit of around 125.7. So that is quite a good growth in terms of the core profitability. And we are trying to maintain the growth in terms of core profit even further. And hopefully, the second half of this year will be the period where we expect to have much more growth in terms of the bottom line. Okay. In terms of financial position and other ratios, I think we maintain quite the same ratio as what we closed down by the end of last year. So I think that pretty much summary what I would like to recap you guys about the performance in Q1 from JWD.
The section has come to an end. So on behalf of the Stock Exchange of Thailand, I would like to thank you investor and corporate for joining the conference. We look forward to welcome you all again in the next quarter. Thank you very much and have a good day. ขอบคุณค่ะคุณเอกพงษ์
Thank you ขอบคุณครับสวัสดีครับ
ขอบคุณค่ะ